Hi! Welcome back to Bake With Me. Today we're gonna make monkey bread. Monkey bread! These are my monkeys. They're actually mine and David's monkeys. Hi David, they're your monkeys. We're gonna make some monkey breads, and I'm gonna be honest with you, this is the third time that I'm doing this. I tried making monkey bread twice in the last 2 weeks, and both times it didn't come out right. The videos came out great, but the product was very below what I would suggest. So I am not sending that out to you folks. So step one is I'm going to rise some yeast for my monkey bread. What I decided was that I'm going to put together a kit for monkey bread, and we're going to sell a monkey bread kit, and that way you won't have any problems at home making it. And if you don't know what monkey bread is, you're not alone, because I didn't know what monkey bread was either. Could you hold on? Now my phone is ringing. I got my water for my yeast. My water is in my sweet zone, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of sugar, which is gonna be pre-measured for you in the kit, as well as the yeast. And then we're gonna let the yeast rise. It's gonna take about 5 minutes. And while the yeast is rising, there's a few things you're gonna have to bring to this recipe from your home, and that'll be some margarine or butter, depending on what you like to bake with, and an egg. You're gonna need a little bit of vanilla, and I like to put cider vinegar into mine because it helps the rise and it helps with the preserving of it. And then any kind of milk that you like. I like to use oat milk in my baking, so that's what I got. What you'll get is the sugar, and you'll get the yeast, you'll get the flour mixture, then you'll get another packet of sugar that actually goes into the mixture, and then some brown sugar and cinnamon that is for the next part. The other thing I want to say about monkey bread is that it takes a long time to make it. It's not hard, and it doesn't take a lot of work. It just takes a lot of time because there's 2 rises. So after we mix together our yeast with our dry and our wet and our egg, we're going to put it in the bowl, we're going to mix it all up, and then we're going to put the bowl into a place where it can rise, a warm corner, even a preheated oven at a very low temperature, and then you could just turn the oven off and let it sit there for a half an hour. Then we're going to take it out, and we're going to mix it a little bit more. We're going to work the dough, and we're going to make it into balls. Dip each ball into some melted butter and cinnamon sugar, and then we're going to place it in our baking pan. And today I'm using just a regular traditional bundt pan. I suggest using a pan that has a tube in the middle, a hole of some kind. That was Lucy hitting a bone on the floor, because it lets the air come through, and then it rises again for another 45 minutes. So it's a good project to do when you have things that you know you could do in between, like, you know, tidy up the kitchen, read a book, have lunch, make that important phone call to that person who's been on your list and you keep forgetting to do it. Lots of things. Shop online, that's always fun. Go to Mi&Stu.com. Oh, there's an idea. And do some shopping then. As soon as the yeast is ready to rise, I can continue and show you the rest of what this very exciting monkey bread is going to turn into, hopefully. So while you're waiting for your yeast, you can also warm up your milk in the microwave and just melt 3 tablespoons of butter or margarine, and that way it'll be ready to go when we're ready to go. I'm going to start with my egg and my melted margarine. I'm going to put in 1 cup of the flour mixture to start. Well, I'm just going to go get my milk. Sorry, I'm all by myself today, so it's a little bit all over the place, but I think we'll manage, just us guys. Okay, so here's my 3 tablespoons of sugar. I'm gonna put in a cup of my flour mixture. I'm gonna put in my milk. Milk. And now that my yeast is ready, I'm gonna put my yeast in. All right then. Some days you could be a little bit more all over the place than other days, and today seems to be one of those days. So it's starting to give a good mix. And I'm gonna add in the rest of my flour while it's running. Oh, and I forgot, this is my little bit of vanilla and some apple cider vinegar. And it'll all be written down comprehensively in the kit, very different than the way I'm doing it, which seems to be a little bit all over the place. And if that's what you're feeling, that's what I'm feeling too. So as you can see, it sort of collects all around the beater, and that's exactly what it's supposed to do. And then I'm just gonna get it to come off the beater. And then I'm gonna knead it a little bit. Now you can either take it out of the bowl and put it right on your counter. If you have like a granite counter, you can put a little bit of flour on your counter if you want. I don't like to put flour on my counter because when you bake with gluten-free stuff, it tends to dry out easily. So I don't like to add to that possibility. It should be like a little bit sticky, so as you can see, it's sticking to my hands a bit. You can put down a piece of parchment paper and just work it up, and that's fine too. So I'm just gonna do a little of this, make it into a ball, and I'm gonna put it back in the bowl. I'm gonna cover the bowl with a piece of saran so that it can rise. Now, any warm area is good for rising. You can put it under lights if you have a warmer corner. In the summer, I would keep it away from the air conditioning. That's not gonna help. What I did was I preheated one of my ovens just to 135 degrees, and I'm gonna put this in and I'm gonna turn the oven off. And that way it won't get too hot, but it'll have a chance to enjoy the warm air and rise.
Rise up, like that.
That's right. Okay, so I'll see you back in 30 minutes when the rise is done. Okay, so we're back and my timer went off, and I'm gonna take my stuff out of the little area that I made into a proofing zone, which worked out really nicely because I'm gonna show you how much bigger my batter looks like now. It definitely doubled in size. And while I was waiting, I melted my margarine, and I have my brown sugar, and I'm going to mix the brown sugar with the cinnamon. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna make little balls out of the dough, and we're gonna dip each one into the melted margarine or butter, whatever you use, and then we're gonna dip it into the brown sugar cinnamon mixture and put it into the baking pan. And then we're gonna let it rise again for another 45 minutes, which, you know, is the time that you can make that phone call, or, like I said, go shopping on Mi&Stu.com. You can make bigger size balls, little size, you can vary the size, and if you don't like to get your hands super, super dirty, you can try to not, but I find this recipe, you get your hands pretty dirty, just saying. Doesn't bother me, bothers some people. My mother used to say that my sister would go into the bath cleaner than I came out of the bath, because I was that kid who really loved to play in the dirt and, you know, really get dirty. We shared a room, my sister and I, when we were little. It was like two different ecosystems.
It was like we were on different planets.
There was like a line down the middle because she couldn't tolerate my mess. Anywho, that's life. Everybody's different. Gotta love yourself, and you gotta love the others for being not the same as you. Because what fun would that be if everybody was the same? Boring.
Balls that you can pick off.
Well, they're supposed to really kind of cohese more.
So one big ball, one big balls, a bag of balls. Balls.
So that's what it looks like before you put it back into your place where you're gonna rise it again. So you could use you can reuse the same piece of plastic wrap and just give it a good cover. I'm gonna push mine down a little. So like I said, I've tried this 3 times in the last 2 weeks, and I think that my flour mixture was wrong. So if you're watching this video, I got it right. And then you could buy the kit. So that's gonna rise for 45 minutes. I'm gonna prepare my oven to be ready to receive it in 45 minutes. I'll preheat it at 350 degrees and we'll be back then to see what more exciting stuff is gonna happen. So my timer went off and I'm gonna take my pan out of the place where it was rising. Oh wow, okay, this looks fabulous. I'm very excited. So it all rose together like a beautiful cake. And now I'm gonna put it into my preheated oven at 350 for 35 minutes. Okay, so my timer's about to go off. I think it looks really good. I checked and double checked and triple checked because like I said, this is the third time I'm doing this and I really wanted to come out fabulous. Anyways, I wanted to thank you for watching today and joining us, and I hope you learned something. If not, I hope at least you had a good chuckle. And here comes the monkey bread. Let's have a look. Oh, yep, that's what it's supposed to look like. You know what they say, right? Third time's a charm. There it is. And I'm gonna flip it out onto a plate and we're gonna enjoy it. Truth is, we ate the last two that I made, but they weren't perfect. And although I'm not a perfectionist in the least, I would never try to sell you something that would come out less than wonderful. So anyways, again, thanks for watching. You can check out all of our products on Mi&Stu.com. There will be a monkey bread kit on our website for sale. Also, all of our other products that I've talked about, the muffin flour, the bread mixes, anything. You can also look at our finished products. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook and give us some thumbs up if you can. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also, let me know what's going on. Let me know what you want to see us make for you with our ingredients that might be helpful in your gluten-free, nut-free, dairy-free, soy-free, sesame-free life. Enjoy the day, enjoy the summer, and stay healthy. And wear a mask when you go out.